I think one of the saddest things I've recently realized when reading through the Blue Lock manga is that Chris Prince is pretty much like the embodiment of Kunigami if he never went into the wild card. Like, they both have the ideology of being this superhero of football because of their incredibly strong physique, in the ways that they use it to leverage their plays and just their overall mindsets and egos when it relates to, the sport. And it's sad because recently in Blue Lock it's being made out to be that Kunigami never would have been able to survive without an ego like the one he has now. But Chris Prince just goes to show that it's possible that he could have had that ego. Kunigami could have been a football superhero and he still would have had a really, really good career out of it because Chris Prince is pretty much the same thing as Kunigami. Sure, his physical stats are better, but in terms of their ego, it's pretty much identical. From Kunigami's perspective, he sacrificed everything, his old ego mentality and literally his body to come back and survive to continue his dream. When in actuality, he didn't really have to do that. He had a promising career with his own mindset and ego. Going to the wild card, becoming a copy of Noah Noah wasn't the only way he could have survived. He could have just continued the way he was and he would have been a copy of Chris Prince. And sure, I do realize being a copy of the number 2 is not as good as being a copy of the number 1. But the point I'm making is that Ego and Shido, they were making the point of Kunigami's old ego wouldn't have let him get to this point or even go pro. And Chris Prince just goes to show that he could have achieved those dreams with his old ideals. And it's just pretty sad to think about.